It's a beautiful day on Death Mountain, everyone. And we're gonna climb this thing. Yeah, welcome back to more Ocarina. It has been a while since I last played, and if I sound a little different, yeah, that's because this is where on the timeline I lost my MacBook. It tragically died in an explosion. Or just kind of died, actually. Yeah, I've been holding on to this playthrough for a while, though, so... Okay, I can just place the one right there. Holding on to this Ocarina playthrough for a while, so I mean, the first episode was recorded probably over a month ago, to be honest. I've been just kind of slowly but surely making my way through it. So that's why the discrepancy in what I sound like. You might like to keep my chronological happenings in order, whatever you want to call it. But hey, red rupee. I believe that's actually a guaranteed red rupee, so you can always get that one right there. If you're not maxed out on money like I already am. But, okay, so where were we when last we played? It's been a very long time. I remember this secret hole right here, too. We go down here, I think all there is a cow. Hey, how's it going, cow? Oh, and some money that I don't need. What's up? Nothing? Just gonna moo at me, okay. Don't know how a cow gets all the way up here on Death Mountain. Doesn't seem like the most, hospitable environment, but there you go. If we had a certain song in an empty bottle, I could play this song and we could get some milk, but hey, that's a pretty simple walkthrough. I'm trying to avoid freaking walkthrough mode here. I'm trying to remember what mode I thought I was when I last, played this game. Ow, ow, ow. So what you can do is just shield yourself with the Hylian shield from the avalanche of rocks coming down. Although this wastes a lot of time, I think I'm just gonna go. We're just gonna freaking go, I can take the hit. I even have a fear in a bottle, so let's see how much damage I can take. Look at that, nice and smooth, not even that much damage. Although I might want a shield right here. And I don't see how a freaking shield protects you right there anyway. You get squashed like a bug, Link. Shield isn't supposed to protect you from a giant rock falling down on top of you. But we just got done with Dodongo's Cavern, and we don't have to do this where you go up to the Great Fairy to get like the first Great Fairy power-up. The first of 3, I suppose, something like that. I'm gonna do it anyway, because I'm gonna try to get these, I guess in sequential order? I don't really know. I want to try to get it to where we can actually try to make use of the power-ups, I guess is what I'm saying. Because I do try to make use of all the equipment, and I'm trying to do that in this playthrough. Because whereas you can just go through with the sword and shield and try to have a good time that way, which you might not if you're of a certain persuasion and you think that's pretty freaking lame. You're also going to have a difficult time that way, because you're going to quickly find that a lot of enemies and a lot of scenarios can be quite tedious, albeit possible if you just use the sword and shield, but hey, there you go. Top of Death Mountain, and boy, it is grim. I guess because the sun is setting. And boy, even for 1998, that is a pretty fantastic visual, I have to say. Oh, how's it going, old owl? Was I reading this guy? I don't think I was, actually. Although I guess this could be important lore. It's just the summit of the sacred Death Mountain. It is said the clouds surrounding this peak reflect the condition of Death Mountain. When they look normal, it is at peace. Climbing all the way up here just proves how smart you are. Now, I want to see you make another smart move. The Great Fairy lives on this mountaintop, and she will give you a new skill. She's the leader of the fairies, you know who. I will perch here and wait for you. When you're ready, go back down. I can help you. Now, get going. Sweet, which way do we go? Is it this way first? I think maybe this way first. Let's go ahead and blow this up. Oh, by the way, when I was hiking all the way up Death Mountain, because I forgot to, save states are a thing in the Wii U version, and that would be much better for saving my progress. But, oh yeah, this is where we were actually going, Great Fairy Sound. I picked up a few more gold Skulltulas, if we take a look here. I just got both of them, one of them in Kakariko Village by slamming a tree at night, and one of them at the very foot of Death Mountain by blowing up a wall, so, could not get the former one before we got there. And yeah, Zelda's Lullaby. And I'm gonna try to get 10 before we leave Kakariko Village for the second time, because we can get a nice little reward. Let's go ahead and pull that out. I guess I don't need the sticks right now, but who cares? Come on. Oh, I have to do it with the stick. It's been a while, guys. I apologize. But how do you forget to play Ocarina? I mean, if you're like me and this game is just entranced in your childhood, like, you don't forget how to play this game. Although maybe with a different controller it may take a while. Hey, how's it going? I think this was supposed to be sexy in 1998, but, I mean, I guess they tried. I mean, the Great Fairies in the N64 games are notoriously kind of horrific. Ooh. Although it's not really the sword technique that I'm interested in here. Oh, spin attack, nice. So we've always had this move. I don't think I've really made use of it because it's kind of situational up to this point. Although it may be more useful going forward now that I think about it if we experiment it with a little bit. Oh yeah, we can do that quickly. But with this, we also get access to, like, something else. The magic meter! Yeah, man. Bet you forgot that was a thing in a Zelda game, huh? How much text was I reading in this playthrough? I don't remember. Although I couldn't do a sexy Great Fairy voice anyway, so maybe I shouldn't try. And there we go, magic meter! We got like new techniques and everything. Ah, nice. So the magic meter is really cool, and I think the last time it was ever seen in Zelda was Wind Waker. Was that it? I mean, there were equivalents, like in Link Between Worlds. Oh, what I always like to do, though, I always like to take a little peek in here. A little teaser of things that come. We go into Death Mountain Crater. Boy, is this a sinister-looking place. It's so hot in here, we can't stay here for long. Yeah, we stay here too quickly, or too long, rather. My mind is still waking up. I'm going to use my standard excuse if I just woke up. I will start burning up. Oh, look at that! Hey, it's a small tool that I need. Dude! I mean, I was expecting to have to get one back in Kakariko, but I'll go ahead and take that. I think that's 10, actually. Okay. I don't know if 100% Skulltula runs are a thing in speedruns, but perhaps that's a little technique that they use to get it early. Probably not, honestly. I think that does make indeed 10. That's what we needed for the rewards. So, hey! Okay. I was planning on getting a few more when we get down to the village. I can still do it. Hoot hoot. Well, looks like you've grown up a little from the Great Fairy's power. But you still don't really look like that hero who will save Hyrule. At least not yet. If you are going back down the mountain, I can lend you a wing. Come here and grab my talons. And hold on tight. Hoot hoot. Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr. Owl, because that's going to be a long trip back down. On foot, anyway. Yeah, not much of a mountain, but come on, it was 98. Now, having played Twilight Princess before I got to this game again for the channel, this really makes me kind of appreciate how much Twilight Princess really expounded on the Ocarina formula. Not just from a gameplay perspective, but kind of a visual one, you know? Like how much more fleshed out Death Mountain was in that game, despite being very aesthetically similar. Okay, so we're up here at the top, and I think if I hadn't already had gotten... Let's see, is there a heart piece around here I can get? Trying to remember, as I am going to try to get all the heart pieces here. Yeah, there's a gold Skulltula down there, though. That's the one I was kind of counting on getting in order to get to the 10. I'll go ahead and nab that right quick. I think there's a few of them around here, actually. I guess we can do a bit of Skulltula hunting. I mean, I'm planning on doing a lot of side quest stuff between Dungeon 2 and Dungeon 3. Although I've been debating, like, when I'm going to do that exactly. I think, you know, we might get up to Dungeon 3, and before we go into Dungeon 3, that's when we'll take care of some side quest stuff. That's when we'll have seen pretty much everything that Hyrule has to offer to Link as a child, so... Oh, and then we've got to do some extra stuff anyway. I guess what we're about to do could be construed as a side quest, although I think it's kind of necessary, honestly. I wish this was kind of more in the way of the main game, honestly, but... so we're gonna go to the graveyard, a place I kind of purposely did not show off before we got here. Although I guess I could have, but the gap between, like, Dungeon 1 and 2... I don't know. The pacing of the game is already pretty great, so I guess maybe stopping here wouldn't have been a big deal. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to go ahead and get out our regular shield again, as it's going to service us just a little bit more because we want to be able to protect from frontal attacks. And we're not going to have to worry about, you know, lava and fire keys. I don't think for the rest of our childhood for a while, so... the graveyard. Always want to come at night anyway. Ooh, spooky scary. Heart-pounding grave-digging tour from 1800 to 2100. Hyrule time. Dampé, the gravekeeper. Oh, so is he trouncing around right here? It's not like we have a clock. I forget. I guess he's just kind of hiding away in his little shack. Let's see if he's open. Hey, Dampé! Get on out here! I want to go treasure hunting. It's 23:01 now. The grave-digging tour is over now. I, Dampé the gravekeeper, am in bed. Go away and play. Maybe you'll find a ghost. Yeah, what a mean old man. I could never treat a small child that way. I mean, like, yeah, you want to go play in the graveyard? Have fun! Why would you want to play in the graveyard? Okay, but what we want to do is, take a look at this one. The atmosphere, man, for the N64, it starts storming. You can see the rain on the screen. The Triforce symbol emboldened into the ground, the crest of Hyrule. The crest of the royal family of Hyrule is inscribed here. Let's try it out. Or at least that's what I would say if I didn't have Butterfingers with the control stick. Let's try this again. Why don't you just hate it when a lightning bolt comes out and destroys the grave in front of you, honestly, while it rains and pours and thunders? Man, I hate that too. Let's go! And I hope I actually have the tools to do this right now. I may be forgetting something. No, just a bunch of keys around here. Oh, there's two up there. I'm gonna try not to activate those until we actually kill a few more here. I think we gotta kill all these guys anyway, so... Slingshot time! Take that, you foul beast! The two up here we can actually see coming really easily, so... As long as you don't go rushing in like an idiot, you can just go ahead and take care of them before they even take off. As long as you have superior aim than me. Die, bats, die. Come on. There we go. Okay, and now... Oh, yeah, we torches. There's no fire around here. Oh, I messed up! Okay, well, we can't exactly do this right now. We will oh, wait. Let me try just killing all these guys first. See, I remembered, okay, this wasn't what I thought it was, but we still need fire. Which is a shame, because we're really close to getting fire. Oh. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now, what are you doing around the spooky bones? What? Shine light on the living dead. Okay. What about over here? You got something to say, Skelly Man? Those who break into the royal tomb will be obstructed by the lurkers in the dark. Okay. So I forget what we get if we actually light these up. Is it a heart piece, maybe? It might just be a chest with some bombs in it, for all I know. But we don't have the ability to create fire yet. It's gonna change, like, very soon. This episode, hopefully. Oh boy, the Redeads. One of the most terrifying enemies in Zelda history. And that definitely holds true here in Ocarina. I don't know, I feel like this design was never really matched in how terrifying it was. Although the Gibdos in Twilight Princess were pretty scary. I forgot, are there Redeads in Twilight Princess? How did I forget that? But yeah, they'll scream at you and paralyze you, and we don't really have the weaponry to take them down very easily right now, so I'm just gonna pass them up. Hey, how's it going? What do we get here? This poem is dedicated to the memory of the dearly departed members of the royal family. The rising sun will eventually set, a newborn's life will fade. From sun to moon, moon to sun. Give peaceful rest to the living dead. This is an interesting poem, huh? I mean, it didn't rhyme, but something is inscribed on the tombstone. It's the secret melody of the Composer Brothers. You've learned the Sun Song! Restless souls wander where they don't belong. Bring them calm with the Sun Song. See, that one actually rhymes. Why couldn't you have done that the entire time? Well, the Sun Song is very useful to have, and you can get it as an adult or as a child. It doesn't really matter, but getting it as a child is not only useful for taking down the Redeads right here. Oh, come on, dude. The Wii U Pro Controller, not the best when it comes to the right stick, I gotta say. But not only is it useful to taking down the Redeads, but I mean, just changing whether or not it's light or dark outside is always a good thing. We're not gonna try to kill these things, though. I think they just drop, like, either magic or rupees. And guess what? We're full of both of them, so who freaking cares? I do love the atmosphere of this tomb, though. The Redeads were really scary. I think they kind of toned them down in Hyrule for some reason. I think it was just the general art style. I know some people claim that they look kind of scarier. I don't really think so. But just the abject horror here, you know. Oh, Royal Composer Brothers, Sharp the Elder, R.I.P. Oh, this is where the Composer Brothers are actually buried, I suppose. Sharp and Flat. Okay, well, they don't exist anymore. That's a Poe right there. Yeah, that's an actual ghost. Oh, it's Sharp and Flat. How's it going, guys? Let's go ahead and see what Navi has to say. Poe of the Graveyard. If you stare at it with Z targeting, it will disappear. Oh. Yeah, those are just Poes. We don't really need them right now. Sharp and Flat, Composer Brothers. I guess they're mad because I stole their song or something, and I completely forgot that was actually in that game. I'm more familiar with those two from the sequel, The Majora's Mask, but... Dude, little boy. I guess there are children that like to play in the graveyard. Little kids can't go on the heart-pounding grave-digging tour described on the sign. Since I can't do that, I'm just imitating Dampe, the gravekeeper, all day. But with my cute face, I'm not heart-pounding at all, am I? Oh, sounds like you need something that'll make your face a little less cute. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep that in mind. Now, does time actually pass out here? No, I think we just turned to day by using the sun song. Okay, so with that out of the way, I believe there's just one more thing we want to do before we leave Kakariko, and that's to get more money! Because what is the one true goal in life but to get more money? And in order to do that... This house, I think? Oh, there's not many to choose from. What do we get? Hey, how's it going, guys? House of the Skull Tula. What a wonderful place. Let's come over here. Ugh, disgusting. I think we want to talk to the one in the middle first. We look like this because of the spider's curse, but... Since you've destroyed 12 spiders of the curse is starting to weaken. Do the kids who return to normal give you any rewards? You should know that the only way to become very rich is destroy as many spiders of the curse as possible. There are some tricks to finding them all. First of all, you'll have to hunt at night. Secondly, keep in mind that they love soft soil. Pay close attention to your surroundings. Please, we're counting on you. Another reason why the sun song is very, very useful. Oh yeah, this guy's back to normal though. The curse has been broken! Thank you! Here's a reward for you. Na 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 na. Adults are allowed to carry a lot of money. Now you can hold up to 200 rupees. Joy to the world! I can't break that one, can I? Okay. Okay, so what to do next? There's a few more things before we actually set off to where the setting will be for the third dungeon. And since I want to kind of spread the wealth around here, I want to spread the side quests around, I think we're going to do some more stuff before we head on out. Well, I mean, before we head on over there, rather. Let's see, there's something I want to do in Castletown. A couple things there, actually. Although, I think it's time to go to the ranch. Remember the cute little farm girl that we met earlier? The one that, was chastising her father for being very lazy? Yeah, we're gonna go see her. Well, it's quite the walk over there. Yeah, Hyrule Field could be pretty freaking big sometimes. I guess when you're just trying to get from point A to point B. Time for Lon Lon Ranch, though. I mean, it can seem big, but take like 30 seconds, maybe? I don't know, I got a timer in front of me, let's see. Let's see, kind of started at 50. Let's see what we get. Going all the way, 10 seconds. Okay, I think we're gonna make it. That's 20. Riveting commentary here, I know, but I'm actually kind of curious. This is without like the speedrun method. Hey, look at that. Is it gonna actually take? Okay, look at that. Okay. Well, for passing up the gates right there, if we started at the time that I'm claiming we started, yeah, it took about 30 seconds. Ah, Lon Lon Ranch. Reminds me of home. Not really home, I guess kind of where I grew up, but... well, before we go out there... Actually, do I want to do that first thing? Yeah, let's just go out there first. It's a good thing I got all this money, too. I think we're gonna need it pretty soon. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Kind of looks like a ranch. Got all the horses and the gates and the log cabins and the music, and it's like really big and wide and free roaming, and man, you really feel like you're on a horse ranch. And let's go ahead and talk to the little girl. Oh, look at the pony! Look at the tiny little horse. Man, must be a newborn if it's that small. Oh, it's the fairy boy again. I heard that you found my dad. How did you like the castle? Did you see the princess? Hee hee. Dad came home in a hurry after you found him. Hee hee. Oh, yeah, I have to introduce you to my friend, fairy boy. Since this horse, or rather, she's this horse, her name is Epona, isn't she cute? Oh, yeah. Well, she's running away. What's her problem? Hey, how's it going, Epona? And why can't I run as fast as a horse is the good question here. I guess when it's a baby horse. It seems like Epona is afraid of you, fairy boy. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know why she's afraid, though. Maybe it's because I'm packing heat. I'm packing a sword, man. She can smell the danger on me. Okay, but what do we do about it? You're a horse whisperer, right, Mello? My mother composed this song. Isn't it nice? Let's sing together. Okay, sweet. I mean, I got the ocarina. Oh, cute ocarina. Are you going to play this song with that ocarina?